Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be going over my 2019 Bonafide SS127 setup, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, like I said earlier, we're going to go over my SS127 Bonafide setup for the 2019 season. We're going to start at the bow, we're going to work our way to the stern. What I did first is I put me a camera mount up in the front so I could get some views of some fish and everything like that in the front. Got a cool wrap on here from BRD Jet. It has held up awesome so far this year. I got some little track mounts inside here which actually hold something else that I'll show you here in just a few minutes. Once I open up the hatch here, I've got a rubberized mat in here that's an antifungal mat, so you can put your reels and everything like that in here and they don't get all beat up and scarred all up. I got me a 50 amp hour battery in here to run my fish finder and my Panoptix system with my Garmin. Also, I have all my Panoptix stuff is mounted in the front here. Everything is mounted right underneath the front. All my wires, everything run. And what holds that in is I got a couple screws from our latch right here and a couple screws in the front, and I've got a piece of board in there, so if I have any issues with this, I can take these four screws out, pop that panel down, and I can access everything. Moving on down this way, I got my Garmin. It's a 9-inch screen. It's got Panoptix and everything like I said. Once we get over to this side, I'll show you all of that. I've got all my switches. I've got some lights in here. I got my power pole here. I've got a USB port here for charging my cell phone or anything like that, because you know when you're on the water for all day, your phone might die. I got a little light here that runs off USB from Yellowtech, which is awesome at night, or when you're trying to get to a spot, you can face it the other way and get there. On my foot pedals from where I have my steering, if you come on this side, I have pins in here, so I can lock them, and then you push this in and now they slide freely for my steering on my trolling motor. So if I get into a situation where I was to break a cable or anything like that, I can still use my foot pegs. I'm here at the boat ramp and there's fish jumping in this one spot out here. It's driving me crazy right now. Going inside of my hatch right here, you come over on this side. This is where I have my lights. I put a piece of board down in here so all my wires and everything are run underneath it. Got all my switches and everything. You know, I try to do everything nice and neat. Keep your dry pod nicer, then you can just remove this. I have a couple plugs here and everything, so I have everything running there I can undo. Then I put me a rod holder here because I fish a lot of rivers and everything like that. So I need to be able to use this to put my rods in and lay them this way on the front of the deck. This is a product that we also sell. It should be up on the site. If it's not up on the site yet, it will be very soon. These right here are some extra things I made to, I took the paddle holder pieces off, strap a paddle to. I normally keep my paddle in the paddle holder up front and in my grip right here. These are also available on One Objective. And then I used a track mount from Yak Attack. These are awesome right here. Just bolt it to it. I get multiple cup holders on here. One of them's just for trash, one of them's for my tools, and one of them is actually what it's actually used for, a drink holder. This is my, you know, the whole brain to the operation here for my motor and everything like that. I've got the switch for a power pole, and I have my actuator up and down, and then I have an extra switch in here for whatever else I might need to add later. Let's take this off. Lift the seat up. I gotta move my catch board. I strap to this so I don't have to really worry about anything. I love my catch board. Oh, got my strap on it. I put me a port right here that I actually keep for my yellow tack and my Nakwa battery from Yak Attack, and I got me a little port. It's actually a little Bacardi bucket, and it works perfect for this situation. It goes right down in here. So I drilled a couple holes in it so the water could drain out if it did get in it. And then moving on, I built a battery box here to house a 50 amp hour Bio Nano battery, which will pretty much run my Minn Kota all day long. I put a switch on the side, and I have a USB charger. Also, it's a voltmeter as well, so I can see how many volts I have in my battery for my trolling motor. Of course, the black pack from Yak Attack, which is, you know, one of the best things, I think. I love putting my tackle in there. I don't have anything in there at the moment. Yak Attack net, you always got to have it. You got to have a cooler. Having a good cooler is always good to have when you're on the water. Moving on back here, I have the power pole. I love this thing. I would probably not own a kayak without having a power pole on the back of it. It is the best thing so far for me. I would take that over anything else. Moving on to the trolling motor. This is an actuated trolling motor mount from One Objective. I love this thing. It's a quick release. You take these two clips off, pull these two pins, this whole section comes off. I unplug this, I'm good to go for the day. Pull it off, take it back to the truck. Yellow Tech mount, I have this wired in to the battery that you've seen earlier, the Nakwa, and I can record all my fishing trips, and I don't have to worry about battery life or anything like that. I can record anything and everything for the whole day. If you walk on this side, I have the strap to keep your seat from coming forward when you get up and everything like that, keep you from sitting on it. And then this is the Garmin Panoptix. And what I do is when I get down on get it in the water, I can set it up like this. I've got a knob so it faces the way that I'm going, so you can do the live Panoptix live scope right here. And I made all this up. Hopefully I might even do a video on how to make that up here pretty soon. It's pretty easy. Well, that's pretty much my setup. If you've liked what you've seen, please like and subscribe to our channel, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming out, and I hope to see you on the water.